Hi, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your November 20th to the 30th, 2023 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so much for doing so. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading from me, put a turkey in the comment box below, and a person will be chosen at random at the end of the month and announced through a separate video. So don't be scammed by anybody contacting you through the comment box saying, "Hooray, this is fantastic, you won." That will not be me. So just know that. It will be announced through a separate video. And I wish you all good luck. If you are interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It's linked in the description box below, as are the cards that I'm using. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Oh, goodness. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. We have the Fool. We have the Three of Cups reversed. We have the Chariot reversed. We have the Three of Pentacles reversed. And we have the Eight of Swords reversed. Well, the Eight of Swords reversed is a fantastic place to be. Let's pull one more card. Oh, okay. This one right here. Ooh, and the Nine of Cups. That's brilliant. Okay. There's a sense here, very much so, by being crowned by the Fool, that you are entering into a new chapter. You're going to be seeing this time as you kind of figuring things out, looking at things in a very open, honest way. There's going to be something that happens, okay? Yeah. Here, with the Three of Cups reversed. The Three of Cups reversed for me is a card that says somebody was supposed to be celebrating you. Somebody was supposed to be loving you, on your side, caring, and they just couldn't. They just can't be there. They'll raise their glass to you in public and they'll stab you behind the back, as soon as they get the chance. So just be aware of this. Now, because you are moving forward, you're moving away from this toxicity, but you're also seeing it, bringing voice to it. And it's like, oh, that was it. Now, with the Chariot reverse, this is Cancer energy. This could be a negative Cancer in your life. This can be a Cancer in your life. The time period is June 21st to July 22nd. If you have a Cancer in your life, they could be going through a bit of a rough time. And if you like the person, right, and you want to, show compassion to them because they'll need it. If you are looking at a person who just kind of always gives you agita, just know that that's where they're going to be. They're just going to be in this kind of negative emotions all over the place. But also know with us, because we do have this heartbreak here, that our emotions can be all over the place as well. And it can feel a little bit harder to rein things in and get things moving in the direction that we really want them to. With the Three of Pentacles reversed, we're not working together. If we're on a group, it feels like everybody on that group is doing something different. There's no cohesion. And that's going to be a really important thing to either look at and fix, or to step back and say, okay, This group isn't being a group. We need a clear leader, or we need a clear way forward, or just step back and say, okay, I'm taking my stuff. I'm moving this way because I'm not getting involved in this mess. You are coming out of an overthinking, overanalyzing, feeling stuck, feeling trapped time with the Eight of Swords reversed. And with the Nine of Cups, there's a wish being granted. There's a beauty coming forward. So that is absolutely beautiful. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, okay, these two. We have evolve, which we see right here with the Fool, and we have earth. Now, earth is so important to us, Virgo, because we are an earth sign energy. All right. So grounding ourselves, connecting ourselves with the earth, seeing ourselves evolving is going to be a really important thing. We are looking at ourselves stepping into our power more. We're looking at ourselves transforming, becoming more of what we need to be, what we want to be, of, of stepping into our destiny. It can be that for a really long time, Virgo, we were doing what was expected of us. We were acting out a part, or being a very certain type of person, and now we're stepping into us. We're not trying to fit in. We're not trying to be anyone else but us. And just know also that if you're feeling like, why isn't this working, why isn't this fitting, it can be because your soul's urge, like why your soul was put on this earth and what you're going after, might not be in alignment. And here we are evolving, we're grounding ourselves, we're connecting with who we truly are. And that's going to be so important. It moves us to looking at our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Oh, life purpose. There we go. That's what Spirit was just talking about. Ooh, excuse me. I think I'm going to sneeze. Oh, I do apologize. Okay, here we have life purpose. And I love that that's in the throat chakra. Okay. And I was listening to somebody today talk about the throat chakra, and they said the thyroid is in the throat, which, I mean, I think I knew, but I didn't know. It shows that I paid attention in school. Here, life purpose is guiding us, but it's in our voice. And there's a sense of claiming our voice, of finding our voice, of seeing ourselves, move towards our purpose by embracing our words, embracing our passion, embracing what we desire in life. And that's going to revolutionize us. It's going to really open up the doors. And it brings us to the energy we need to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And this is the Princess of Wands reverse, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This can be somebody who's just astoundingly childish and very much like their emotions, their passions, their highs, their lows, their in-betweens take over everything. So just be mindful about that as well. During this time, we can see ourselves get angry and be a little petulant, which, I mean, I'm not saying this to get us upset, here, Virgo. I'm just saying it as the cards show it. So just be mindful about this as well. But I do see this as an outside energy that really, it's almost like, it's like when a kid has a tantrum and you're like, oh my God, just stop. Like, oh my gosh, stop it. We're in the middle of the store. Please don't do this to me, type of deal. And you'll just give them anything to make them quiet. That's how you're going to want to handle this energy. I'll just give you anything you want to make you quiet. And that's just going to reinforce the behavior. So just be aware of this. With the Fool, you are heading on this whole new adventure. Like the world is opening up to you and you're opening up to it. And there's a real sense here, Virgo, of saying, what do I want? Like, where do I want to be? And almost this tentativeness of like, kind of like sticking your toe in the water, seeing how cold it is. It's like, how do I want to move forward? You are going to jump. You are going to jump into what you desire and what you want and where you need to be for yourself. And that's going to be awesome. And it's going to be life-changing. But there's going to be this moment where you're jumping, right? And gravity comes in and you're going to have to fall. You're going to have to fall. And depending on our journey and where we are in it, that fall can feel like, jumping onto a trampoline, or that fall can be like, hitting rock. So just be aware. Just be aware that there's an intensity. But as we move forward, it's like, oh, I can do this. Oh, I have this. Oh, this is cool. Oh, this door is opening. The Fool has us also fearing that people aren't going to get it, and they're not. And that's quite true. We're afraid of being seen as foolish. We're afraid of people not getting it. And as Spirit always says, when the Fool comes up. Every hero's journey begins with them being a fool, begins with the person being laughed at, begins with, oh, of course you can't do this type of energy. Understand that and do it anyway. This is a time where we're kind of being tested. It's like, can we withstand going against the grain and opening up the doors to us? And it moves us to the Three of Cups. And what's going to happen is you have this energy coming forward. It's like, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm moving forward. And then this is the person who didn't believe in me. This is the way I was betrayed, hurt. This could be a failed marriage. This could be a parent who didn't believe in us and who mocked and ridiculed us. This could be, it could be so many things. It could be that teacher that stood you up in front of the class and made a fool out of you. It could be so many things. The Three of Cups is a person who should have raised their glass to you and couldn't. And it's giving light to that person during this time and saying, I see you. And I'm seeing that the scar you made on me. I acknowledge it. But I'm no longer being ruled by it. It's kind of like getting injured and then going to physical therapy. And the surgeon or whomever and the physical therapist say, it'll never be the same. All right? But you can work these other muscles. You can work this here to compensate for it. And either we can do it or we can let everything atrophy and become painful for us. So here, that's what Spirit is saying. Like, this can be intense, but let's not let it atrophy. Let's let it be a scar, yes, but let us build strengths around it where it's like, oh, now I can do this. Oh, now I can open up this door. Oh, I'm stronger than I ever thought I was. And it brings us then to the Chariot. Emotions can be all over the place. Why? We're a little bit scared. We're a little bit overwhelmed. The world is a little bit crazy, as an understatement. And here at the Chariot, we're going after what we want. We're going after what we desire. We're opening up the door to us and seeing ourselves in a very new way. Just remember, there can be energy around us, people around us who are just crazy. You're sitting there, you're looking at it, and you're like, what the heck is wrong with you? And ourselves, we can have a tendency to have a short fuse, to have an intensity, to have just a craziness to us. And I'm saying craziness in a sense of like a wackadoodle kind of a way of handling it. It's like we can take so much, and then all of a sudden we're just yelling. Like we're just like, there's an intensity that comes forward because you're taking everything else in. Know that of yourself, Virgo. If you are a sensitive, and you've probably been mocked about that your whole entire life. Oh, you're just sensitive type of thing. It's not a bad thing. More people in this world should have the empathy that you do. Okay. If you are sensitive, if you are empathic, if you are psychic, right now in this world, it is a very hard time. It is an intensely hard time, not just with, people and everything, but also the stars, the alignment of the stars, the fires and volcanoes and everything that's happening. It's intense. And know that your body feels it. So when you feel out of control and you're thinking, why the heck? That's why. That's why you're picking up on everything. Remember your purpose. Which sounds like such a silly thing to say, but also embrace your voice. During this time, embracing the voice chakra, embracing the throat chakra, and sitting in meditation, in chanting. Whatever type of chants you do, whether it be Om Nami Padme Hum, like whatever it is, embrace chanting. Embrace that energy vibration moving through your body because it will help center you. It will help relieve the stress. And you might have to do that like every 2 hours if you are able to. That would be awesome. Sit there for 10 minutes and chant. You will find that it helps. It helps you. It just absolutely helps you. You'll see yourself just calm down. If you have one of the watches that like tracks your stress level, you'll see your stress level go down as you embrace your voice. But just know that emotionally, things can feel very chaotic. And it can almost feel like everything's on stop. And it can feel like that was the whole year, right? Everything was on stop. Everything was chaotic. Everything was worry-inducing. So just be aware of that. And then brings us to the Three of Pentacles. Group activities, not so much our thing during this time. Just be aware of it. It's like, okay, this is more intense than I wanted it to be, or this is not what I thought. I'm going to do my thing. So either you can try to lead it, which is one thing to do. I think you have enough on your plate right now, but that's just my personal opinion. You can try to lead it if you want to, or you can say, this is what I'm going to do. And we can either lead it by breaking things off into pieces, or saying, you know what, I'm going to work on this and I'm going to make sure that they know I did this part, right? And that's all I can do. Because the group activities, you're going to have people wanting to take credit for your work. You're going to have people say, oh, of course I'll help you, and never show up. And then all of a sudden you're doing all of it. And it's kind of like being in high school and left with the whole project to do while everybody else goes off and then says, oh, great, I'm going to sign my name to that. Just be aware of this energy here. It's very childish. It's rather petty. And I'm just seeing it like that bully person in school that says, oh, great, you do all the work. I'm going to sign my name to it. With the Eight of Swords reverse, we are coming out of a time of overthinking, overanalyzing, just overdoing it with everything. And the Eight of Swords is being trapped within our own minds. If you've been here before, welcome back. And you will know that I always equate the Eight of Swords to Miss Havisham in Great Expectations. The person who was jilted, left at the altar, and proceeded to leave out like the remaining multiple decades of her life in her wedding dress, reliving the moment of her greatest humiliation and sorrow until she went up in flames. If you don't know the ending, sorry. Until she went up in flames, living in her own sorrow, like coming to realize that that was what consumed her until it literally consumed her. Be mindful about this. The Eight of Swords. We all know people who live in the Eight of Swords, in a heartbreak, in a pain, in a disappointment that they just keep coming back to. It wounded their soul. It changes you. It changes you. When your body gets hurt, it changes you. When you go through a trauma, it changes you. And we're not taught to respect that. But there's a difference between respecting that hurt and that pain and having it become our prison. And so here with the Eight of Swords, reverse, it's stepping out of that trap. That trap of the mind, the trap of overthinking, the trap of chaos, the trap of being overwhelmed. And it's coming out of that. And that is going to be just so important. It is so liberating, but it is also so intense. So just be aware. It brings us, it's very emotional too. So just know that during this time, if you feel like you need a good cry, have a good cry, Virgo. I mean, seriously, give yourself some grace during this time because it's a lot. And just be aware of this. And with the Nine of Cups, because you're probably thinking, Dean, I'm so glad I clicked on this reading. It's so happy. But the Nine of Cups is a wish being granted. You're seeing yourself step into yourself. It is a happy reading. I just might be a little bit emotional because it is emotional. The world is emotional. And here with the Nine of Cups, you're having a wish granted. Beauty come in. There's a sense of, it's okay. You're okay. There's love. There's showing up to the table for yourself. There's others coming to celebrate you. There's a wish, and it's the cross your finger wish. It's the one where you're kind of like, universe, if you're listening, I want XYZ, and then you get it, and you're like, whoa, you listened. That's awesome. So here, just know that that wish is being heard, that there is a power and a beauty and a grace to you that is moving you forward during this time. You have big goals. You have big plans. There's a lot that's coming forward for you. And it's just absolutely exquisite. It moves us to your subconscious spirit message. And that is mindful. Be mindful, Virgo. Be mindful because our mind manifests our world. And if our mind is in chaos, our mind is in hurt, our mind is in pain, our mind is focusing on everything that's out of our control or even things that we can control, but it's just stress after stress after stress. That is what we're going to keep on manifesting. Being mindful is hearing our mind, seeing our mind, quote unquote, seeing our mind and saying, listen, let's move towards this. Let's move towards greatness. Let's move towards our dreams. I heard a doctor say, name your brain. And I think that's so great. Like, name your brain so that when you're being mindful and you could be like, hey, Stan, cut it out. You're being negative again. It can be like, okay, that's great. That's great because you're disconnecting yourself a little bit. You're distancing yourself from the craziness that can be our brain that can sit there and make us think of like the most horrific things that could happen while we're driving down the road. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I like that trick. I thought that was really quite cool. Our subconscious spirit message, not spirit message, but chakra message is personal power reverse. This has been coming up a lot. Leo got this as well. So if you have Leo in you, check that reading out. Personal power reversed is saying, listen to your gut. You're not listening to your gut. You're being spoken to, right? There's a lot of energy and knowledge coming forward, but we're not listening to our gut. We're not listening to ourselves. And it can become very overwhelming. So just be aware of this. Be aware of this, that your solar plexus, your gut, is talking to you. How you feed yourself, how you water yourself, how you are taking care of yourself is super, super, super important. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles, when we're told to be mindful of it, is that we can think of yesterday, right? Our past is very clear to us. Our future is very clear to us. But our present, we're missing that. And remember, as cheesy as it sounds, our present is a gift. So here, it's like stand right here in the now. Because we're looking at the past, we're looking at the future. It's pulling our attention. It's fracturing us. And we're not sure how to move forward. And Spirit is saying here that it's that mindfulness coming through that Spirit said, be mindful. Be mindful. Stand right here, right now. It's like, this is what I can do. This is what I can do. This is what I can give. This is how I can show up for me. It brings us to our subconscious tarot message, which is the Queen of Wands reversed. Again, it's fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Our passion, our career, the kind of the way that we look at ourselves, our personal magic, we can feel a bit out of touch with or out of tune with and be like, why aren't things going right? So just be mindful about this. It doesn't mean that it has to be a big hiccup, but it is something where we don't feel like our spark is there, like we're shining the way that we wanted to, and we can get really frustrated. This can also be a difficult time with a fire sign energy, an Aries, a Leo, a Sagittarius. This can be, tempers are rising, things are stressful. There's a bit of fire, like the passion, the magic, the beauty, the creativity. It just seems like it's sapped away, and all that's left is the frustration. And Spirit is saying that's when we need to kind of step into ourselves and say, okay, what do I need? I can only do right now. The past, done. The future, unknown. I can only do right now. And take it minute by minute, second by second, and show up for you. Because then you'll start to see yourself have that connection with the sacred feminine again. The fire, the passion, the beauty, the brilliance, opening up your doors to great success. All right, Virgo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a cleansing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Virgo. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.